All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down, do a video for you guys and gals. Sip of my water first, my electrolyte water. I feel like I'm going to need more of that potassium because, just like I said in the title, I added a little bit of carbs back in today in my feed window. For those who are unaware, I've actually been doing really low carbohydrate for the past 2 months as I've been building up all this training volume. Added a 5th day to my training, a 6th day to my training every week, right? Done all this stuff, added more and more fasted cardio. I've been doing all that on lower carbs, and I feel like I'm kind of at a point where I know the training is actually going good. It's actually going really good. I've been happy with it. I've kind of wondered what will happen if I replace some of the fat I've been eating with some clean carbs again. So I threw like 1 cup of brown rice in, right? 1 cup of brown rice into my food today. Do it in the Instant Pot with some chicken and broccoli. And then, of course, I'm going to add, with all of that, I've had eggs, avocados, my whole milk, protein shakes, all that stuff, right? Stuff I've been having. So again, I feel like maybe if I add a little in, let's see what happens if I fill out even more, as long as I can keep it tame. So the main reason I have reduced them is because I've been fasting, right? And I find with the fasting, I didn't like feeling overly full, eating all the clean carbs in the evening. So I've been focusing on just more healthy fats for a while and to bring my stomach down, so the waistline would tighten up a little bit from not carrying that water. But I feel like I'm at a point now, I really have all the fasting in the mornings under control and all these really high workloads. I think as long as I, again, picky with what carbs I eat, I can work some carbs back in and hopefully not see any stomach bloating from it. That's really the main thing. So it's kind of one of those things where, I tell people with that, carbs and fat are not always about your body weight or body fat. It's about what you handle in terms of things with your GI tract, because high protein will always be the key. The key to body composition is always going to be really high protein. And as we're dealing with other things, carbs and fat honestly come down to personal preference. And that's kind of what the data shows, high carb versus high fat diets. In terms of things like fat loss and stuff, when protein is matched, there's very little difference. The protein is the big variable. And I've been trying to say this for a while, and I've kind of showed it with people lately as I've done my transformation over time, as I've gotten leaner and leaner from being a bit fluffier power lifter. I've done both methods, and I've kind of shown people, look, you can do both, right? You can eat high carb or low or high fat and replace them either way, and it works, right? They're completely workable. So again, trying to point out to people that's everyone wants you to pick one or the other. You have to go one of these routes, but you don't. I have clients who do both methods just fine. I've kind of shown, look, we can lose body fat doing both. I do find that I need, though, when I go into a deficit, I do need quite a bit of fat. Anyway, I break it down. I've noticed that I do seem to need it for satiety and other things. So I think in this case, it's going to be me just keeping my fats really clean. I'm probably going to definitely keep like omega-3 eggs and avocados and all that stuff in my diet every single day. Right, I really handle those foods well. They give me a lot of nutritional value, but I do want to continue to work in back some brown rice and sweet potato and things. Right, I want to work those things back in just to see if I get any further glycogen stores in fullness. And I'm noticing one of the changes I'm seeing today since I ate that, my back is cramping. I haven't had that in months, in spite of me increasing the volumes and workloads. Francis, mainly because of convenience and filming and everything, right? I don't have to travel. I don't have to travel to train at home. I can train at home, film, do whatever I want on my own schedule without a problem. And then I can always have whatever equipment I want, right? Bobby says, "Oh, Jason, looking lean. Appreciate it, man. We're going to keep getting leaner, dude. We're going to keep getting leaner. I mean, I've made a lot of progress, but there's more. There's more to go. What machines? I would say the hack squat or a leg press, right? If I were to talk about machines I miss, or even having access to a really good leg extension, right? Like a leg machine. I like a lot of leg machines. Francis. I like a lot of leg machines. Upper body, I really don't have a lot of use for machines, to be fair, because it's so easy to isolate upper body stuff, anyways. With lower body, it's kind of hard to isolate things as much as we might like. I mean, cables are okay. Um, and Bobby, I thank you. I appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of compliments lately from people in person. So, yeah, definitely know it's coming on. Plus, bodybuilders I know online have given me a lot of compliments. So making progress there, and that's the whole point. You keep making progress. Um, we keep making progress. So, like I said, I am not where I need to be yet. So we're going to keep improving, right? We'll keep improving. I need to get leaner. I need to tighten the waistline up more. Need to bring my arms up, right? But I think that'll put me in a good spot, right? Tighten the waistline up, tighten the body fat and loose skin still there. Get some more size on my biceps, and I think that'll put me in a decent spot. So that's kind of where I'd like to be in the short term with some of that. More short term goals. We'll assess from there, but we have to always keep improving, right? We always have to keep improving, guys. Francis, I mean, cable flies for chest can absolutely be good, right? They can absolutely be good. As far as a client. All right. So, sorry, a little bit of congestion there. So let's get some other real questions. Francis has been the only one with a real question here. Again, I think cable flies can be good for chest. I don't necessarily need them. I think usually what we really need, if you want a good chest, is to put a lot of focus on incline work. Now you can get a bigger chest overall with other stuff, but as far as just having a chest that looks good, I think as long as you put a really serious focus in incline, that will usually get what you're seeking. Now, for some people, though, with maybe a chest as a weak link, can cable flies be a good finisher? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, what else we got? It's kind of early. I don't think people are always expecting me to do one of these now. This was a good time slot for me. And I need to get some other stuff done here later. Oh, man. Just making everything flow right now. But, we're in a good place. In a good mindset this week, today. Training is going good. Diet's good. Got a few things flowing. Did that podcast. Like I said, I did that podcast yesterday. Hopefully it should be up within a week and I can link it. It's one of my clients. One of my clients has a small business podcast for entrepreneurs. As he has actually pretty successful business he started. Spencer says, "How big are your arms now?" I don't know. I haven't measured them again lately. Let me get a few more carbs in and maybe I'll check them out and find out. Right? I mean, there were 16 last time I checked. They could be bigger now, but I don't know that they are. The veins are bigger, though, right? We've added vein size, right? Added vein size. So, yeah. So we got that going. But I don't know that they're going to measure any bigger. Veins making them look huge. So, Yeah, the veins are definitely coming along. I do like though when I'm doing certain stuff in training that bicep veins been popping out a lot. That's taken some getting used to, guys. As someone who's been a power lifter with a higher body fat all those years, it's kind of funny now to see that I have the bicep vein when I'm training. It's just like, where in the heck did that come from? I mean, it's cool. It's kind of cool, you know. It's kind of like, all right. Because you guys have seen that one on the bicep. It gets as big as that in the middle of training. It's just like, what in the heck? I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know when it happened, but eventually just started appearing in the training footage. Like, all right. Um, I'm not going to lie. That's actually kind of cool. I kind of like that. How bad is balsamic vinegar? What do you mean? I guess it's a matter of how much do you like the taste or not. I think balsamic vinegar, as long as you don't put too much of it, doesn't taste too bad on your salads and things. Or we mean like, is it bad for you? I don't think it is. Is there something I don't know about it? I've never really heard of balsamic vinegar being suggested as a junk food, unless there's something in it I don't know about. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I was not aware this was a concern. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe there's some ingredient in it that's been linked to cancer in the left testicle or something that I was unaware of. I mean, you tell me, Cameron. Like, what are we worried about with it? Is there something I missed? Because I don't know everything. Far from it. I try to learn as much as I can about all these topics. So there's nothing specific that you've heard. It's just a random. Controlled deficit deadlifts good for hypertrophy. Yeah, why wouldn't they be? Normal deficit deadlifts, I mean, deficit deadlifts in general are good for hypertrophy. And all your deadlifts should be controlled. So I think that's kind of probably redundant. Probably a redundant question, but yeah, they're definitely good. Well, deficit deadlifts are a great hypertrophy tool. Oh, I don't think there's any real. How do I put this? Oh, how much slower? Like, I think controlling a negative can be useful for hypertrophy. I think when people try to do them really slow, there's no reason to think there's any benefit. Nothing I've ever seen. It's not dropping. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Totally fair. So I see what you're asking. Thank you for clarifying that, Francis. No, I think that's a great tool for posterior chain development, right? It's a great tool. So I'll sign off on that one. You'll get my seal of approval on that. Yeah. And it makes sense. There's a lot of muscle involved. And when you take them over to the deficit, you're getting a good solid range of motion, usually more so. Moving a lot of weight. I mean, granted, it's a larger number of muscle groups, so it's not really by any means isolating anything, but just general posterior chain development as a base builder, I think it's a solid choice. I think it's definitely a solid choice there. I don't think you can go wrong with that choice. So, cool. This might be a slower live, but it's all good. We're getting some useful little questions here. Might help some people. And that's the name of the game, guys. As long as people are getting some useful help, that's the whole point. All right. People drop the likes, it helps, right? Yeah, they got to drop them likes. Well, since there's only technically three, 4 people asking questions, makes sense that there's only 3 likes. So, yep. Is it true humans can only use 30% of their strength? No. Nope. Not true. You mean untrained humans? Or do you mean elite strength athletes? So that whole mama bear strength thing has been debunked. So yes, you can see significant increases in strength to get to nearly 100% neural drive in extreme life and death situations. Okay, absolutely happens, right? But what do you think happens when you go to a powerlifting meet? Like if you say you've been practicing lifting heavy weights for a year and you've been doing max effort training, and then you go to a powerlifting meet and you get to have the music blaring and say someone slaps you, you know you get the exact same effect, right? The only difference is intense, high level, true strength training done for years on end with the neural drive component teaches you to be able to do it consciously. This is not my opinion. This is what experts have been saying for 15 years, maybe more, when they've tested it. So that whole fighter like adrenaline response to life and death situations that you can only turn on unconsciously. When you do max effort strength training, it trains you to turn it on consciously. So every powerlifter at a powerlifting meet who is trained is in that 90 to 100% range of that strength potential also. But you have to train, you have to lift heavy to reach it. But any lifting does it. So if you notice early on when you're lifting, you get a lot stronger in the first few weeks. Like think about it. How many times did you come in as a novice and you could barely like even bench the empty bars like this, even no matter how hard you tried, right? And then within say 8 weeks, you're able to do 10 reps, right? All right. So you can do 10 reps with 65 pounds. Do the math on that. You didn't gain that much muscle in just a few weeks. But your neural drive went way up. Your neural drive went way up. Hey, Hanson, I'm not really on that much sauce, honestly, dude. Sorry. Hate to disappoint you. No, really, in this case, I didn't up the dose. It's all the cardio and conditioning work, the higher volume training has made a difference. I mean, you've watched me do it all on camera, so it's not like people can say, oh, he really didn't do all this. I mean, it's all being done on camera. So, I'm actually literally doing it. So, that's what's up. Do that and get leaner. It goes a long way. All the potassium probably helps a little bit too. I put potassium there. There's potassium in here. Even my potassium water. So I hammer that stuff down. Probably doesn't hurt the vascularity at all. Probably is helping it. But in the case of that, potassium can lower blood pressure, so that's a good thing. Right? That's a good thing. Bulgarian light work for the strict overhead press. I don't think you should do Bulgarian light. I miss the attitude there, Jason. You were tearing people up. But King, I don't need to do all that anymore, man. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth the blowback to make enemies and upset people. It's not worth it to me because that comes at a price. Right? Yeah, so it's just not worth it, King Bruce. I mean, I get what you're saying, but did it make my life better or the world a better place? I'm going to say no. Give me a second here. See if one of my clients needs me to hop in and coach him through something at the gym. He's not understanding and typing what I need him to do. If he needs me to do that, I'm going to hop out of here. Guys, I'm going to shut this down. All right, so I'm going to hop out of here. I need to fix this thing for this client. I'll catch you guys later.